You know something, Dan?
Not a lot of the time.
Yeah, no,
but I try. I try my best.
I absolutely agree with you. You don't know something most of the time.
Okay. A little bit of the time though, so I'll take a swing in the dark.
But I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for a change to this podcast.
Oh crap! You brought somebody else in.
Good point. I think I'm ready for 2 changes to this podcast.
Okay. All right. What's the first change?
I think it's time to go international.
Really?
I think so.
You think I'm ready for that?
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm not. Will I get air?
Screw it. Let's do it anyway.
All right. Take me.
You know, this Ted Lasso show has been insanely popular recently.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And just the other day, I was watching an episode in this 3rd season they've had going here. And Jamie Tart said a word that I think would really go well.
Jamie Tart says a lot of words.
He does say a lot of words.
A lot of them you can't understand because he's got that thick accent.
But I think this word makes this episode meant to be.
What did I just miss?
Oh, that the word's meant.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Hang Out with Your Slang.
You mean like spearmint?
So if I said something was meant to you, what would you think it was?
Depends on if you were saying mint or meant.
I'm saying mint.
Then say you got to say it with the accent if we're doing international, right?
I did. It's mint.
All right. Makes me think of breath mints and stuff.
Oh, okay.
First thing.
All right. Why?
Because my breath stinks.
Fair.
Because your microphone's way too close, and there's a whole thing of Tic Tacs in my front pocket. Take as many as you want.
I don't need any. Are they orange? I'll have them if they're orange.
Just get your hand in there, and we'll worry about colors later.
Here's the thing. So, Liv, your daughter, just brought over gifts for a boyfriend of hers, right?
No, she's going to be a nun.
Right. So anyways, it was boxes of baseball cards, right?
Yeah.
What do you call baseball cards when they are pristine?
I call them boring because they're baseball cards.
Oh, well, this is going to make this episode awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, you would say they're in mint condition.
I'm a comic book guy. All you had to do was go comic book. I'm not a baseball nerd.
What would you do if you got an X-Men #1 brand new? What would you call it if it was brand new?
Trash. And I'd wipe my ass with it so I could go get a DC comic.
Right. Never mind that comic could buy you a home. Okay. So what would you say if you got a copy of, let's call it Wonder Woman #20, but it was brand new?
Are the pages sticky? Oh, wait, sorry. Never mind.
Probably, but just because they're so clean.
Gotcha. I would probably say it better be in mint condition.
Perfect.
All right.
So when you say mint condition, what does that mean to you?
That it's has been touched too much. It almost came off the presses the way it's supposed to look.
So like perfect, like the way that it's
perfect
intended to be.
Yeah, as perfect as you can get it.
Right. So basically, apparently, that's what this term means, and it's a term bandied about in England. I'll say bandied because I feel like that's something they would also say.
But you're not doing it in the accent.
Sorry.
You're the accent guy. Do you need me to be the
I'm
accent
our
guy?
accent guy? We have an issue if I'm our accent guy.
Well, out of these two guys, you're the accent guy.
Wouldn't you know? It's mint.
Governor. Throw another shrimp on the bobby. That's all I can do. That's not even close to Australia.
No, that wasn't even a good Australian.
No, I totally cheesed it. I still got gummy bears in my teeth.
Yeah. So Jamie said this word in the episode, and it just really hit me. And it's apparently a fairly formidable slang term for anything that's just really great.
And how old is this? Could this be a flashback word, or is this a current thing?
That's a good question. I didn't do enough research to find out.
Now that I think about it, I just watched the new Spider-Verse movie, the Miles Morales one.
Uh-huh.
And they have the UK Spider-Man in that.
Does he say mint?
Yeah, he totally says mint.
Really?
Yeah, and he says it in that aspect, like the current definition of it, which is actually kind of cool, especially if I can do the accent. I kind of like it.
Mint.
Well, it's close.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
One of the other definitions that came up as I was scrolling through for it was cool, which like is sort of cheeky to use cheeky to use another British term because mint, the herb, provides a cooling quality.
Oh, so you're wrapping this into like true life stuff here.
Yes.
Like
True life of a teenage drama queen, teenage mom. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with like teenage witch or something like that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't know.
Yes, always. They've never said mint.
Yeah, so I just thought it was a fun word. And I feel like we haven't done anything outside the contiguous so far.
You're going to have to spell that for me and tell me what that means too.
CONTIGUOUS.
I was told there'd be no spelling on this podcast.
You just had me spell it. You can't ask me to spell it and then say there's no spelling on the podcast. But the contiguous United States are the ones that are all touching one another, which sounds really awkward, but not Alaska, not Hawaii.
Ooh, I like that. I like you putting it that way, though. Touching each other.
Look at Washington over there.
Sometimes when we
touching Idaho.
Why did you have to pick the one with the hoe in the name? Idaho.
No.
That sounded British slang.
Do you think that it did?
Idaho. That's close.
No.
No?
It wasn't close.
Sorry, Idaho. I love you all.
So what do you think? What are some things that you think are meant?
If I'm going to go by the actual definition as we brought it up, it's obviously it'd be like first action comics that had Superman and first Batman showing and stuff like that. And obviously I gave you crap about the X-Men comic, but I would take that all day long.
Would you ever say that any of Jaden's fits before he goes out on the town are mint?
I wouldn't, but after this, maybe I would.
Oh,
I don't know if I would look like a complete moron saying that, but as I sit here in my Voltron t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, like let's not shortchange how many times you've looked like a moron saying something.
Pretty good. Number one reason we don't record this with video cameras.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's kind of the second reason. The first reason is my co-host Matthew is very shy.
If you had to pick a designer brand that you thought was mint, what would you say?
As in clothing?
Yes.
Well, there's designer brand and other stuff. I don't know. I'm not a clothing.
Did you say designer bland?
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think there was an R in there.
Uh-huh.
I think you just want to hear that I don't speak right. I do speak wrong. I don't know. When it comes to that stuff, because I'm just so past that now, other than having a nice pair of Nikes or denim pants or something, I just fall back on like what I'm told is like a Gucci purse but Michael Kors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I get yelled at about that all the time.
Yeah, I had a real thing for what was the German suit designer that I can't remember now? Oh, Hugo Boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're a Hugo guy?
Yeah, for a while. Not that I bought the stuff.
But you were kind of like, oh.
It just had a clean look. You know, the Germans, clean lines.
Mm-hmm.
Trains run on time and shit.
All while you're dressing up. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just never been that because I just grew up as I was a t-shirt and like jeans kind of guy. So like my idea of fit or awesome is a pair of jeans that you've wore so much that they actually wear into like your form, and then you know the holes start and then they get super soft and stuff like that after like a couple years. To me, that is perfect. So give me that in a nice cozy t-shirt and I'm a happy camper.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if that'd be mint though. Mint would be like the non-pre-shrunk 501s where you have to buy them and then shrink them.
And then roll them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not hella good. So Hugo Boss. Is he really a boss?
I think so. I don't know if his name's Hugo though.
Did you ever buy a Hugo Boss suit?
Not a suit. I think I had some ties, maybe a couple shirts.
Mhm.
They were pretty mint.
I guess growing up, like especially early teenage, I guess Calvin Klein was kind of a big deal. I remember that being a big thing all the way around, like the perfumes and like the t-shirts and obviously the skivvies.
Yeah, that was a big deal for a while. CK was big, but same thing. Like they probably had a branch of their design house that I would consider mint, but they were always more casual. Like they were very clean looks. So I guess technically you could still be mint. Like I don't think it's necessary that it has to be a suit. What else could be considered mint?
I was going to say you went the direction of like clothing and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess we could pick
Somebody's car could be mint.
Say automobiles. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. All kinds of different automobiles. I'm sure you'd probably hear it more about like Maseratis and Maybachs and stuff like that than anything else.
Well, Jamie Tartt's he's a fictional footballer, but he's based after.
Wait, that show is fictional?
Shh, sorry. Just block that from your mind. It's totally real. He's totally real.
God, thank God.
But footballers are known. They're known for their fit, like their clothing and their especially their cars. It's kind of a footballer thing or soccer.
I think one of my new favorite things right now is like watching the outfits of NBA players as they enter the arena. I don't really like the NBA very much or, at all, but some of the cartoonish looks that they wear, like I'm sure of it, that it would be described as mint, but man, they wear some ugly shit.
I haven't watched that recently, but I think a lot of that comes from the hip hop culture.
Kyle Kuzma. If you ever get a chance to look at his pregame fits, oh man, not mint at all. But like, man, he goes all out.
There was was it an award show? Or
there's lots of them, yeah.
Yeah, there was a sports one just the other day, and some guy, or was it a draft? But he was wearing like a ruby red, like.
Oh, it was the NBA draft. It was the guy that got drafted by the Toronto Raptors. I'll never remember his name. I'm sure he's great, but
it was pretty ridiculous. I was just like, it just looked like you're trying to be, I don't know. It just seemed like a costume. It didn't seem like this is the new hip thing. It just seemed like, look at me, look how, when Dennis Rodman went off the rails and it just kind of stopped being Dennis Rodman and he had to become
Dennis Rodman went off the rails?
Oh yeah. Straight as an arrow.
Did I tell you that story?
You got a story for Dennis Rodman?
Do you not have a story for Dennis Rodman?
Well, there was that one time at band camp. Oh wait, no.
You went to band camp with Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, I have a story for Dennis Rodman.
Oh, let's hear it. Is this as good as the Governator?
No, because this didn't have as much direct interaction.
Oh, all right.
No, I was there the night that Dennis Rodman got banned for life from downtown Disney.
You were the guy he peed on?
Well, I was one of the guys he peed on, but that's not why he got banned from downtown Disney.
That's why I got banned.
For being peed on by Dennis Rodman?
No, for peeing on Dennis Rodman.
You peed on Dennis Rodman?
Well, not the real one.
You just said you didn't have a story. That's a story.
Not the real one. It was an impersonator.
Somebody would impersonate. You know what? It doesn't matter. No, so we were, my buddy Rob and I were at a live show at House of Blues in Anaheim. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like it was a live show, but it was a live show. So like the band Live from Pennsylvania, it was a live, but anyways, Live was playing. And
that's a pretty good band.
Yeah. And House of Blues was like sort of a 2-story affair. It wasn't really a 2-story, like it was the floor. And then there was like a rail around up top that you could stand in. And apparently, after the show, but before everybody had left, but after we had left, Dennis Rodman, who was at the show, was throwing chairs from the balcony down onto the floor.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not ideal.
No.
It's the kind of thing that might get you banned from a place for the rest of your life. And in fact, it did.
Yeah. From just that one or from all House of Blues?
I don't think it was House of Blues. I think it was downtown Disney specifically.
Okay. So what else is fun with the UK and mint? Oh, you know what's mint in the UK?
What's that?
They're chocolate.
Do they have minty chocolate?
Well, they have minty chocolate, but this past year I found out that their chocolate is actually 10 times better, if not 100 times better than American chocolate. And it's criminal.
Is it better than Swiss chocolate?
Oh, that's close. Because I've only had 1 or 2 instances of having Swiss chocolate. I just actually had some a couple months ago because my cousin Mickey, she lives in Sweden. And she brought some home. I brought some when we were visiting at my uncle. And that stuff slapped. But I was seeing all this stuff about UK chocolate and American chocolate. And my son, he plays soccer and he has a lot of international
Football.
And he has all these teammates, and a couple of them are from the UK. And the first thing they got here, the first thing they did was like, I want to try American chocolate because they're all chocolate heads over there. And they started, they ate our chocolate and they were like, this is disgusting. And they go, I have a Snickers or a Rolo. And I'm like, that doesn't taste disgusting. They're like, no, it tastes literally a little bitter. So we ordered some from Amazon. I ordered a mixed bag of a bunch of different chocolates. So it had some of ours like Kit Kat and Snickers, and they had some of their brands and stuff. And they had Rolos. And they are completely right. And we did the thing, so everything we could match. So with Rolo or Snickers, we went and got ours, ate them side to side. You could cut them open, and they looked different. Their chocolate it's weird because it actually does melt in your mouth. It's softer, creamier, sweeter, and it's almost like you eat like a Snickers from America, and it tastes like it's processed crap. And you eat theirs, and it's almost feel like you're eating fresh stuff, like fresh peanuts. And
is that like why all the movies with British kids, like they're so excited about chocolate? Is that why Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was such a big deal?
No, that's Gene Wilder. Give him all the credit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that hair, that hat, yeah, it's all him. But I was surprised, and I think in Ted Lasso, one of the players actually asked to be sponsored by something, and he says Rolos, nothing else, Rolos. And when I tried their Rolos, they're actually a little smaller than our Rolos. Night and day. I can't eat our Rolos anymore. It's so good. So
is their Score Bar better?
I didn't get to try a Score Bar. They have stuff that have different names that are like some of our chocolates, and I'm trying to remember if they have one that was like Score.
I mean, Cadbury's been a big thing for a while, right?
Yeah, I never liked Cadbury though. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
But you're weird.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Should I do that experiment again? Should I order some more chocolates and I'll let you decide?
Yeah. That's a ridiculous question.
I ain't gonna share the Rolos though.
You're gonna share the fucking Rolos.
I was so sad when I finished those. No, Mint. UK chocolate. Sponsor? Oh, if we got a Rolo sponsorship, we could stop podcasting.
Well, I don't think we could because I think that's how sponsorships work.
Well, I'd probably eat myself to death. So,
and also, what if they sent us the American ones instead of the British ones?
I'd let you have those, I guess.
So I'd have to eat a boatload of Rolos.
Yeah, and I'd cash the check.
I don't think they'd send a check. I think they'd just send Rolos.
But wouldn't that Rolo be owned by the same company? So they could send us the UK ones, right?
Yeah, but what if they didn't, just out of spite because we're silly Americans doing a podcast?
But we're giving them all the love for the UK version. And I love American Rolos. But
sure, but what if they just don't want to share them with us because, American?
That's just mean.
Well,
this isn't a mean podcast. This is supposed to be a nice podcast.
Well, I'm just saying, like, maybe in 1776, if we'd been a little nicer, we'd still get the British Rolos. I don't know.
America, fuck yeah.
Like, what if, like, by throwing tea over the bow of a boat, we put in motion a situation where British Rolos would never make it to the United States, where we had to eat these terrible Rolo imposters that we have here currently?
Well, what about if they didn't throw that and they threw mints over the edge instead of tea? How different would things be then?
Like breath mints?
Yeah.
I don't know that those existed then.
Sure they did.
Come on.
Favorite breath mint?
Man.
It's a lot to pick from.
It's tough because, like, so some people would say Mentos is a breath mint, but it's not.
I've never liked Mentos. Or Altoids.
Okay. Altoids, curiously strong.
Will light your ass up. Yeah.
What are you doing with the Altoids?
I'm not supposed to put them there?
No,
Damn it.
it's a breath mint.
Well, okay, so that helps bad breath, right? So if the other end smells, never
You know
mind.
what? I don't wanna go there.
Never mind. Wrong podcast.
But this is going to be nostalgic. I think I have my mint. Do you have your mint?
Yeah, I think so.
What's yours?
Well, you got to go first. I asked you.
Oh,
It's my question.
certs.
Yep. Certs all day, every day. I used to eat that like stuff like candy, man.
Yeah, like little pieces of crack,
Yeah, certs all day. I was afraid
and all the flavors, like even the mint
there wasn't a bad
orange
flavor, right?
Even the orange mint was delicious. My dad used to go through those like crazy.
I used to eat them like lifesavers, dude. Just peel them and eat them. Do you see how excited
Even
we
the
just
mint,
got?
even the mint version of Lifesavers wasn't as good as certs.
Yeah, true.
Certs were perfect. I wonder if certs still exist.
I thought they did.
If they do, you can buy them on Amazon.
I'll buy a bag right now, or a couple rolls.
How many certs can you buy on Amazon?
How many licks does it take to get to the bottom of Matthew Kean? Wrong commercial, right?
It is the wrong commercial. Breath savers. Nobody wants to deal with that. Breath savers. I don't think they exist anymore.
That's going to make me sad and make me want to turn off the podcast.
This podcast is over.
Certs mints.
Man.
It was discontinued in 2018.
Youth ruined.
Possibly for having partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil.
Hydrogenated.
What did I say?
Hydrogenated.
Oh my God. Can you believe I write books?
For a living.
And
it's not a very good.
It doesn't mean I read them.
Certs got canceled in 2018.
Yeah, for apparently poisoning us.
No, partially hydrogenated. What kind of oil? Soybean?
Cottonseed.
Cottonseed? Yeah, you're fine. It's not poison.
Is cottonseed oil? Is that racist?
Now it is.
All right. I don't think you're supposed to be talking about that.
It wasn't 20 seconds ago, but you ruined it.
Why is everything about race with you?
I used to run track.
Yeah. Not very fast, but I used to race that track.
You have no idea how fast I was.
Sure I do.
How fast was I?
How fast was I? Is that what I was supposed to do?
No.
He's like the wind. He's basically a Patrick Swayze song.
I was going to say, okay. Okay, Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, so I refer to him as Swayze a lot anyway. So
is that because I'm the whatever here, Johnny Utah?
Yeah, we could make it that, but I thought it was just because for your roundhouse kicks, but scary as shit, people.
I do have a good roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sad about certs.
A little bit, right?
And I'm also sad, like in 2018, I bet you they didn't have the same packaging as they did when we grew up. So like, even if I saw them now, I'd be sad because it
probably like
wasn't
a
the
little
cool
tin can or something stupid.
Yeah, I want the cool gold wrapper with the label color that just represents what kind of mint it is.
I remember you'd go to school, and if you didn't have certs, but your friends did, it was a good day to Haas. Good day.
Wait, it was a good day if you didn't have them and your friends did?
Yeah, because then you got certs.
Oh, free certs.
Yeah. Well, if you had friends.
Yeah, if your friends liked you.
Yeah. Well, if I had bad breath.
No. Well, then I guess it probably did work out.
You know
well
us.
for you.
You know who else loved certs back in the day?
Who's that?
The ladies.
Both of them?
Yeah, all two of them. So that's why we ate them, right?
I can't believe your mom told you that she likes certs.
Cool down off that one.
You know what else is meant? And again, this is for not liking basketball. Stupid basketball keeps coming in, but like all the unboxing things they have of the new sneakers and such.
Okay.
Some of them are really ugly, but like it's pretty meant to watch that and just see like the freshest version of said shoe.
Yeah,
I feel sad though as a society that like unboxing of things that people can acquire for money makes a person money.
Like the YouTube videos.
It's very meta. It's like
it's very meta.
You can buy these shoes, but I bought these shoes and I'm going to show you what it looks like when I open these shoes. And then I'm going to make money off of you watching me open these shoes that you could buy on your own.
I think that started with like tech gadgets and stuff like gear and all that. So like,
Yeah.
So like you would get the new Xbox or something and like nobody else gets
unboxing was a big thing.
Yeah. So like you'd get the new system or new computer, you'd be the first ones to get the new hottest laptop. And that made sense. But yeah, now it's like I'm unboxing these t-shirts I just got.
It was like schoolyard bullying to like nth degree.
Really?
Well, yeah. Like I remember I don't think it ever happened that I was the first to get something, but for sure I had a friend that was the first to get something in grade school or something like that. And they'd brag like crazy that they got it. That like gave you street cred to be the first to have something. And so unboxing videos are like that, but on a worldwide scale.
I remember the first kid that got BK Knights in my school.
Ooh.
Yeah, his name was Jeremy.
Did you call them BK Knights?
Yeah.
Oh.
What did you call them?
Well, they were British Knights, so BK or British Knights.
Oh, I guess, yeah. BKs are British Knights. I'm thinking the BK Lounge. Sorry.
What was your favorite show that gave away British Knights?
I don't know. I had 3 channels when I was growing up.
Oh, you didn't have Nickelodeon?
No. I was lucky enough to get full cable, Nickelodeon included, the day after I moved out of my parents' house.
Oh, well, this show might have still been on then.
Oh, I'm sure it was, but I didn't get to watch it because I wasn't in the house no more.
Double Dare used to give away British Knights.
Yeah. Did you ever try to get on that show?
No, but I'd be down to watch a network resuscitate that show, but like for adults.
Mm-hmm. So you'd be down to clown?
I would not be down to clown. No matter how many times you asked me that.
I'm going to make that stick. It's going to be down to clown.
How many times have you said that to somebody? I'm going to make that stick.
To a clown?
No, just in general.
So you're either I'm going to bring you in to the down to clown fold or Thunderdome.
Might as well just loop them both together and just say, are you down to clown in the Thunderdome? The case is always going to be no.
No. Are you down to Thunderdome?
No.
Are you down to Thunderdome, clown? How about that?
No.
Dude.
All
right. So, okay. So you never went into like details. Why do you hate Thunderdome?
I just.
2 men enter. 1 man leaves.
Right. We did this already. Highlander.
But why do you like...
there can only be one.
That's not Highlander. That's Thunderdome.
Okay. I don't know. Why
are you so against Thunderdome?
Gladiator. We already did it. It's Gladiator.
What about Gladiator?
2 men enter, one man leaves.
Gladiator's awful.
Like,
you like that movie?
You don't like that movie?
No. There's an old boxing movie called Gladiator from the 90s. I like that movie.
You don't like the movie Gladiator?
No.
But you like The Sandlot?
Yeah. It's like Thunderdome.
It is nothing like Thunderdome.
It's totally like Thunderdome. It's all those kids versus the Beast. Thunderdome.
It's all those kids against the cuddly English Mastiff.
The giant dog, the Beast.
An English Mastiff.
That's giant. Hercules.
It's not any more giant than a normal English Mastiff.
It is when the kids tell you about it. That's why
kids are lying little shits.
Yeah, but that's what they believe in. It was beautiful.
Nothing about that movie was beautiful. No, that's not true. His PF flyers were beautiful.
Those were pretty sick.
Everything else was hot garbage.
Guaranteed to make you jump higher and run faster. Those were mint.
Those were mint.
Yeah.
You know what wasn't mint?
Major League.
No, that robot that they used to try to get the ball.
Why? The erector set?
Yeah.
What's
Did you
wrong
just
with
say? Oh, you said erector. That's fine.
Erect her scent?
Gross.
BK Lounge?
It remind me of the storyline because I didn't care enough to pay attention. But
the main kid's a nerd?
No, that's not even the thing that solved the problem. Eventually, Benny had to just jump in, run, and get it.
And then he had to pickle the.
That's what the PF flyers were for.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they run through town, and he destroys the town, and then the Beast gets trapped under the fence, and they got to save him, and then the famous blind baseball player comes out and tells him, "I just gave you the damn ball."
And somebody gives him a rose, and the Beast turns into a handsome prince
Mm-hmm.
in the French countryside, and
kisses him straight on the mouth.
so weird. I don't even know how you would write in that turn. Like, I just don't understand how a 250-pound dog.
The best thing about that movie is when Vin Diesel dies at the beginning.
It is the best thing about that movie,
Yeah.
and any movie. Honestly,
He takes a baseball to the head.
Can you imagine rewriting The Sandlot where Vin Diesel dies at the beginning? Can you imagine rewriting every movie?
Every movie?
Yeah. Like, what was the reason that Marty went back in time? It's because Vin Diesel died at the beginning.
Because he died.
In
In
1985.
But that means he's trying to save Vin Diesel. What about at the end of Titanic?
You know what? I wouldn't have liked Back to the Future in that sense.
I know. What if at the end of Titanic, it was Vin Diesel that she didn't let on that big ass door?
What if it was Vin Diesel that the boat ran into and then sank? Because his personality was so rock hard.
No, he'd have lifted it up with one hand and been all family. And then the movie would have ended and everybody would be all right.
So, how'd you feel about going international today?
It was all right. I didn't get airsick or anything.
No, I know that there was no jet lag. I feel like I got enough sleep.
No, I wouldn't say that.
There was no currency conversion. That was nice.
That always helps.
Yeah.
Because you know me and math.
Boy, do I.
And we always discover new things about ourselves, and discovering that we both fangirled over certs a little too hard in here.
You can never fangirl too hard over certs.
Okay.
The perfect mint.
Did you ever do any research on Mint officially?
Do I ever do research?
No, a little birdie told me you pull this stuff out of your ass.
I do. I was that little birdie.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally you get to handle the UD. Maybe you can handle the dictionary.com. I don't know. But right now I'm going to handle the UD.
So I get to handle the D?
Oh, yep. Yeah. One of them was expression used in the north of England, meaning good. So I didn't know it was regional, but apparently it's north of England, because there's another one that says word is used very often in the northeast of England.
Well, that's kind of cool.
It's basically just used as substitutes for, or as a substitute for words meaning cool, class, and ace. I feel like we're going to have to get back to ace.
We have to totally get back to ace.
But the next definition, I don't know how we never got to this, means a large sum of money.
And that should have been one of the first things we thought of.
Yeah.
Being Americans.
Right. Because that was a very American term. Like, if you spent a lot of money to get something, you spent a mint.
Yep. I don't know if that got past us.
I don't know.
But good catch.
Yeah, thanks.
We should totally do international more often.
Yeah, I think we should. I don't think, and don't get me wrong, we have plenty of more North American terms coming your way, but I think that it's fun to just get outside the borders a little bit and figure out what's going on in the rest of the world.
Could you do the finger guns for me one more time? Good stuff.
I think that if we have any fans out there that are international, I'd find it hard to believe, but if we have any fans out there that are international and they have any words that we should visit, that'd be great to know. And a little secret that we came up with on the river today, because we live in a van down by one. I think we should start trying to create some slang.
Okay. I'm game.
Yeah. And nobody will use it because we're old, but
there are older people in us. They might think we're super hip. They might think that's really
maybe
clever.
they just have a hip issue.
Yeah. Yeah. International episode. Hang out with your slang out. I'm Dan.
And I'm Matt.
Still?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he is.
Until I kill a man, then I'm going to have to change my name or something.
Why is he looking at me?
I said a man.
Why is he not looking at me?
I said a man.
So this has been a very special international hangout with your slang out.
How many episode endings are you going to do?
Did we do hangout with your slang out yet? I was just going to do the actual sign off. That's all I was doing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for stepping all over my dick there, buddy.
It wasn't a very big step.
Yeah, but could you at least put shoes on next time? Those toes don't feel right. They're cold.
Gross. Gross.
Oh my goodness.